Hey, what's up? Brood is back here with another beer mashup. Today we have the combination of a Guinness and a cider. Officially it's called, well, unofficially I guess, or officially, whatever you want to call it. People call it a SnakeBite, some people call it a diesel. I know in the United Kingdom, it's considered a SnakeBite when you mix like a dark lager with a cider. In the US, you can use a stout instead of the lager. Whatever. At the end of the day, I'm here to mix them and drink them and share with you what it is about. All right. So we have hard-pressed hard apple cider, no bad apples, natural gluten-free. Okay. I'm not going to go in detail about this cider. This is something that I'll make another video about, which actually I really like this cider. And then we have Guinness in a bottle. Okay. I prefer it nitro poured in from draft, but hey, this is what I have. I don't have a nitro pour. I mean, I do have 2 taps, but not nitro. All right. So, start off with the cider. I'm not a pro at this. I don't know exactly how much, but I'm thinking somewhere along that line is fine. I've seen some people pour it with a spoon, the Guinness, but I'm just going to pour it like on a regular day. I'm not always going to have a spoon in my pocket, even though I do have a Guinness pouring spoon. I always had it everywhere. I always knew where it was. Never really used it, and now when I need it, I don't have it, but whatever. I'm just going to pour it. Okay. Just going to slow pour it from the side. It's kind of like a black and tan, where the Guinness is going to hold itself right on top, not specifically mixed with the cider. Obviously, the viscosity of the beers have a lot to do with it. And then when you drink it, because you put the glass at an angle, they tend to mix while you're drinking, which is pretty tasty, I guess. All right. This is what we got. This is what we get. All right. We have the Guinness on top, if you can see that. And then we have cider at the bottom. It's a black and a tan. A black and tan is ultimately a light lager. I've done it with like Harp's Lager and also Guinness. And you get that variation, which the light lager kind of breaks through. But this is not one of those right now. This is a official SnakeBite. Look from it, obviously, the cider has a very clear, crisp, very bubbly. And then the dark beer, which is what we're using as Guinness, has a reddish, very dark, and this variance that happens very dark, lightly bubbled, then it kind of gets into an amber, and it starts going to amber, and then really clear. Okay. Smell, you get well, I haven't made a video per se of these beers, but I will individually, the cider and the Guinness. But together, you're getting some burnt notes from the roast that they use in Guinness. Almost a little bit of tobacco, kind of ash. Sweetness from the apples. Fresh apples too. And that's really it. It's a combination of, think of like a burnt caramel apple without the caramel, like more like a burnt roasted apple on a fire. Like, think we were by a fireplace eating an apple, maybe a bonfire. And Guinness to me has this like tobacco, almost like a burnt tobacco taste, and I can smell that. Yeah, it's pretty cool to look at. Now let's drink it. So it starts off a little bit citrusy, which is weird when you don't, because you know you expect the Guinness on top, so you expect drinking the Guinness, but you really don't, because when that glass goes at an angle, it's like you're drinking cider and Guinness. So immediately you get a little bit of citrusy, a little bit of sweet. The body thins out. When I've drank Guinness on its own, it's has a more fuller body, medium to full body, kind of slick, kind of stays in your throat for a bit. But the cider actually breaks it just a bit. It's pretty good. Then about mid-range, you start getting the crisp of the cider, and then you start feeling a little bit, it's like almost contradicting or confusing. The body, you're like, is that Guinness? And then you get the cider, but it blends well. Like I said, like a roasted apple, fire roasted apple. Then right at the end, it's my cats. They're playing with my beer bottles. Hey, cat. Right at the end, you get that smokiness, kind of tobacco, coffee, really dark burnt coffee from the Guinness. When I drink Guinness on its own, I don't consider it like a very bold beer. It's more just fuller bodied, a very specific flavor grain, a little bit of burnt bread and burnt tobacco. Really it. Low carbonation. Well, they're supposed to use a nitro pour, some kind of nitro release. But anyway, that's another video. So this gives it a little bit of character, a little bit more character. Not like Guinness doesn't have. Guinness, it's its own beer, and I actually really, really enjoy it. I can go through pints of that stuff. But it just gives it a little addition. It's like, hey, you want to be my friend? Hey, Guinness, you want to be my friend? All right. That's really it. So they're matching up together really, really well. As you go further down, where it does mix on its own, but you're getting more cider now, because the Guinness is kind of slowly being drank at the higher, faster ratio than the cider. So it's actually pretty cool, because Guinness has a specific taste. So it's almost like you're getting the full. It's like when you go eat. You're eating all this heavy food, and then you get something light to cleanse your palate. So that's kind of what's happening. The cider's cleaning that up. Get a little more metallic scent in it now. More than likely from the Guinness. From the dark roast grains. This is where we're at now. A nice clean world of cider with a Guinness storm coming ahead. See that? It's pretty awesome how the Guinness is just like, I just want to stick on top. That's good. Really, really good. I'll drink it again. I actually have more Guinness and more cider in my refrigerator. Really good drink. I want to thank Alex for introducing to me this beer a while back in like 2007. Find it, go mix it, choose your own cider. I really enjoyed that one. Even though I paid less, I was like, let me just find a cider since I'm a mixer, let me pay less. And it was less. It was like about $7 a 6-pack. And it's awesome. Guinness was whatever, I think it was on sale for like $9.99 at Ralph's for a 6-pack. Really, really good. Go find it, go mix it, slow pour it or hard pour it, pair it with whatever. I can drink that just while I'm walking. It's really, really tasty. Doesn't taste like beer, doesn't taste like cider. It just tastes like a smoked cider beer. Remember, smoked, fire roasted apples. That's really it. Find it. With that said, the Brew Dude is out.